It's your girl Diamond Drip, bringing you the insights and strategy you need in 15 minutes or less. So, who is Michael Allison?
Wow, great question. Thank you so much for having me here, Diamond. Michael Allison is a father, a husband, and a business owner. I chose to step in this space to become a consultant, a coach, and a speaker because I was the one that was struggling with tons of adversities in my life, even as a child, to even becoming a business owner and just being a normal dad and being a normal human being. You know what I mean? So those were some things that kind of helped build me and shape me. And then I said, I'm going to channel this, own it, build my confidence within it, and start helping people.
I love that so much. So, who are the people that you feel most called to serve and why?
Most definitely. So the people that I go and serve and do it wholeheartedly is the people that has been on that road that I have been before. So if that person out there is a mom, is a dad, is a single dad, or that person is struggling with their confidence and just developing some habits and things like that, and just trying to get mentally tough, that's who are the type of people that I coach with and just trying to get them to the next phase and just deliver that transformation that they're looking for within their lives. Because that's just that little small step that they just need and just need that bit of encouragement when it comes to coaching. When it comes to speaking as well, I go on stage and I tell my story. You've heard my story, and it goes pretty deep into some of the things that I've been through as a kid and just serving in the military, some of the traumas that I saw when I was overseas in Iraq. And in addition to that, serving in Iraq, some of that stuff trickled over once I got out of the military and affected my professional life and my personal life when it came to my wife and my kids. And it brought me to the brinks of almost committing suicide. So from that aspect, I go get on stage, I tell my story, and I try to like make it relate in regards to the audience so they could have some valuable key takeaways that's going to put value in their lives. And they could walk away from that speaking engagement where they could take some action and implement some of the strategies that I teach from stage. When it comes to consulting, I work with executive business owners that are looking to build a team that may be struggling in sales, maybe struggling with some things, and they just need to get that mental fortitude for them to maybe if you got like a weak 10% to get them up to where the rest of the team is at. So that's where I come in and help executive business leaders when it comes to the consulting piece.
I love that. Like, as a business coach, I'm like, his buckets are so organized. Like, I'm definitely getting like I always mess that up. Face test passing descriptions. So I'm loving that. Okay. So do you have any words of wisdom for anyone from any bucket who might be struggling or feeling stuck? Like, I understand that the clients who are lucky enough to get to work with you, right? They get to experience these things, but for someone who's maybe like, "Oh, he might be able to help me." Like, what would you say to them as like a word of like inspiration or motivation?
The number one thing is when it comes to personal development, professional development, or just natural growth, you got to work on yourself first. I used to think that coaches, mentors was all like taboo and I didn't need these type of people and stuff like that. But once I understood the value in that in regards to these people and the blueprint that they were creating for me in regards to getting to that next level, then I understood the importance of that. And what I mean by that is this: I did not learn how to work on myself, build myself to the person that I am now, where I could develop that mental toughness until I started like working on myself, develop those good habits, develop those that confidence level in regards to like owning my skills, owning my value, and just becoming a much more healthier version of myself. Because I was the one that was struggling with doubt. I was the one that was struggling with quitting. I was the one that was struggling with I would start like yo-yo things, you know what I mean? So I get some momentum, then I would stop, get a little bit of momentum here and then stop. But it was not until I started working on myself first and then investing in myself. So you can invest in yourself in many different ways. Get a coach, get a mentor, start investing in podcasts like this, like yours, right? Start investing in books, those types of things. So that's the number one thing I would say. In addition, I would just say, don't hesitate, don't wait, don't sit on the sidelines, get started now. The more you procrastinate, it's just another day wasted, just another time wasted, and you don't get that back.
I love that. So those are words of encouragement for people who are in your target audience. I feel like the answer would be the same to the next question that I'm about to ask, but I don't like making up stories about people, so I'm gonna ask it anyway. So, what tips or crucial first step insights would you have for anyone who might be looking to get started, either like writing a book or starting a podcast or even consulting like you?
Yeah, I would kind of reiterate some of the things that I said. It's more so seeking that knowledge. So if that's something that you're not well versed in, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. That's one of the number one things when it comes to reaching out for help is asking for help, you know. And in addition to that, I would say that it makes the other person feels much more wanted and valued to the point where they're more going to pour back into you. So I've had people come up to me and ask me for help, and I've given them help and advice for free. If you listen to our podcast, we probably give out more information for free anyways. You know, so that was the number one thing I would say is just seeking that advice and seeking help in regards to getting that information that you do need. Once you get that information and someone is giving you advice and tips and giving you the blueprints, it's up to you to start taking action. You know, the inaction is an action if we're not taking an action. You know what I mean? So that's the next thing that I would say to start doing. I wrote a book. I could give you the blueprints in regards to how to start writing a book, putting it together, creating your outlines. What are the outcomes you're trying to get from here? Who are your target audience, or who you're trying to get this book for? Then I could tell you all the other things we're getting your ISBN, where to publish it, where to market it, and all those different types of things. I started a podcast just like you did, right? So podcast, you could go on Google and find how to start a podcast. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I did. But what I would say in regards to starting a podcast, it was the mental aspects of things. So I had to get out of my comfort zone and start trusting myself, just get in front of a camera, just get on a mic and started speaking. That's some of the hurdles that people have with like creating a podcast. Knowing what you're going to talk about is the next key thing, right? Who you want to interview. You got to know how to start vetting people in regards to saying this person belongs on my podcast or not. So you got to learn how to start telling people no. You know what I mean? And the last thing I would say when it comes to podcasting, if you look at the industry, most podcasts drops off around somewhere between the range of 30 to 50 episodes. So it comes down to consistency. Are you consistent? Are you relevant? And then obviously there's more behind that when it comes to distribution and listening and downloads and stuff like that. But you kind of get that aspect in regards to like just getting started.
Thank you so much. You dropped, like, for those who aren't in this like podcasting world, he just dropped so many nuggets. I don't know about books because I haven't written one yet, but I know who I'm coming to. But with podcasting, like when you said distribution, when I started this podcast, I hit one button on Kajabi and it was like, you have a podcast now. And I was like, oh, that was easy. And then it was like distribution and RSS feeds. And I was like, wait, hold on. They didn't make it seem like it was all these other steps. So I'm loving that insight that you just gave. Okay. So what do you have going on right now? Like, do you have any weekly events that you host? I know you have a podcast, so I definitely want to jam on that some, but where can people experience you in your zone of genius?
Most definitely. So we offer consulting for many business owners. So that's one aspect. You reach out to us at theadversityacademy.com or just send us an email at support@theadversityacademy.com. We're going to consult with your business owners in regards to just trying to level up some things that you may need for yourself or you may need for your team or your company, where we come in and help build up that mental resilience that you may need for your team. We go by doing that and applying the principles that we've employed, which is the 3D method. And that's a decision, direction, and destination. And all of those things have to be within alignment. When it comes to the coaching programs, we have two coaching programs. That's for our business owners, and we have one for individuals that are looking for some personal development. And it's a 12-week program that we have. And all of those come with weekly coaching. And then you get one consultation per quarter with me as well, which would be 3 consultations where whether you need it in your business or you just need some consultation within your personal life. In addition to that, we're dropping quarterly newsletters and blogs. So you can always check us out on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Whenever those are being released, we drop them out monthly, and you could easily just pick up a copy. Obviously, we're going to put some game in there. We're going to put some gems. We're going to put some tips. We're going to have the links to our podcast and the links to the blogs as well, too.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for people who just want to connect with Michael, what is your preferred? Because you just dropped a lot of handles, some links. It's going to be some links in the show notes. But what's your preference? If someone just wanted to say, hey, what's up with Michael? Like, can I ask you a question? What's your preference?
It's simple. If you want to reach out to me on social media, it's I am Michael W. Allison. Simply that. The only one where it's different is on Twitter, where it's I am Mike W. Allison, but you kind of get the concept.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. I am so confident that people are going to connect with you. I was so happy that you agreed to be on this podcast. For those of you who don't know, I was on Michael's podcast, and that is on my YouTube channel, and I believe it should be out by the time this airs, but he is just an amazing person, so please connect with him. Do you have any last words, or I'm just grateful for your presence here.
Absolutely, no doubt. First and foremost, Diamond, thank you for having me on your platform and on your show. When we interviewed, we connected, we gelled. Love that you're from the DMV area and all that stuff. We used to live there as well. So just want to tell you, thank you so much for having me. I love what you got going on. I love the community that you built, and I just wish you nothing but success. Nothing but success.
I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. Until next time, my lovelies.